Okay, I am out in the middle of nowhere and spotted this old abandoned building on a huge mining claim, so I'd just check it out and see what's left in there. This was actually an area where they mined all the way up into the 80s. 1980s. We're in Montana in an undisclosed location. You see how they built this into the hillside? It's really smart. I'm gonna walk around it. Believe it or not, it's a winter day. 34 degrees, pretty warm actually. And it's really nice. Now, here's a good specimen of rock here. It's got granite. There's lots of color. Oh wow, this is a shaft. Holy cow. Oh man, that's kind of scary. Woo! I'm glad Lucky didn't come out. Check that out. I suppose I shouldn't be here. Okay, keep moving around this. There's the place where they did the processing. This particular mine started way back pretty much in the 1880s to the 1920s is when it was at its peak. Yeah, so there you can see the entrance. I guess I can get up a little closer. If I had my tripod, I could set it over there. Look at the size of the planks in there. We had a miner build us a bridge one time, of just a walking footbridge, and I tell you what, we could have drove a tank over it because he was used to working in the mines. I'm going to zoom in again, and then maybe when I'm editing this, I'll have a better sense. So I'm just looking at some of these rocks here. Lots of quartz. Of course, there's nothing in here, but you can see that would be the kind of material that would interest a miner for sure. So, pretty sure there's a lot of good material left to be mined. There were a few other abandoned buildings, old mining camps, or not really camps, but just miners' shacks. One was built into the rock wall, made out of rock. So since it's such a nice day, I think I'll probably stop along there and give you an idea of what that looks like too. Oh yeah, up there on the hillside, I'll zoom in. You can see they're doing some exploratory mining on that hillside right there. All through this area, you can see stakes where people have been claiming different mines. Well, like, for example, see if I can zoom in. Yeah, right there. It's another one. Gives you an idea of a little shaky here because I'm pretty far away. Anyway, that's another corner stake. So I'm curious, I gotta go up here and check this out. This is from the processing operation that existed way back in the early part of the 1900s, and this is the leaching pond. There are a couple of vertical shafts along in here, so I'm a little cautious. I'm not exactly sure where they are. Either they'd have to use some pretty serious chemicals to extract the gold, and this is where they did it. So I've never been up here up close. It's a perfect time because the ground is frozen, but it's not, there's not too much snow, and it's not real muddy and mucky. This looks solid enough. I can walk up here. Oh, yeah, they've filled this in considerably. By the way, this is Travels with Lucky, but I'm making Lucky stay in the car because this is a pretty dangerous area. They did so much exploration and there's so many shafts around here that I just don't want to take any chances, and plus there's a lot of who knows what on the ground. So that's why you're not seeing Lucky. Maybe when we get further down it'll be safer. Okay, so there's the old miner's cabin shack that I was just talking about, and I've always wanted to go check it out, so I'm gonna go through that. You can see how nicely it's built. Those corners are so square. Okay, and this isn't really too far from the big shaft that I was showing you. Wow, those walls are really thick. That's about 18 or probably 2-foot walls. Of course, the materials are all from right around here. There's still the frame for the bed in there. Yeah, they really knew how to build and use rock. Well, that's pretty cool. This was probably one of the very first buildings for a miner. So this was probably put up, it could have been way back in 1870s. It didn't really get going for mining until like later in the 1800s. Huh. Wow, that blends right in, doesn't it? Okay, well there we have another example of a miner's shack. Okay, now I'm going to wander down in through here. All this tall old sage. Look at the huge sagebrush. Oh wow, that's interesting. I was just looking at the sage. Let's see what we got over here. That's an old piece of some kind of mining equipment. Wow, it's been here a long time because look at how these sage trees have grown around it. Let's see what it is. Wow. Well, if we got any miners watching this, I'd like to know what that came off of. It's about 6 feet long. There's the other end of it down there. Huh. Interesting. I would have never spotted that if I wasn't stopped to look at these sage. Let's. Oh, that smells good. Okay, well, there's kind of like a path here, and I'm pretty sure there's some ramshackled buildings and stuff in through here. Yep. Here's one. I love looking at this stuff. Oh, this is pretty cool. Oh, it says number 3. Huh. Oh, yeah, okay. So that's what I wanted to go explore. Pretty sure I don't have to worry about snakes right now. I wouldn't think. It's pretty cold. They should be all huddled up, quite frozen. Oh, here's some more cool stuff. Look at that. Oh, there's an auger in there. Some other equipment. Right here, a bunch of hardwoods, or the gate for something. They're probably closing off a mine shaft or something. Here's some more stuff. Yeah, I don't know anything about this kind of equipment, but it would be cool if somebody watching could educate us. Oh, there's a bunch of old barbed wire too, like really old barbed wire. Let me see if I can zoom in. I'll have to look that up. You can usually tell when this type of wire was produced. That should give us a good enough look. And then I'll just add on here if I can get the research done and find out how old that barbed wire is. But I bet you for sure it's well over 100. I have an antique barbed wire illustrated book illustrating the barbed wire from the West. I think this is from the 1870s or 1880s. I can't tell for sure, but it is old. And there's a lot of it there. That's interesting. 100 years old. Cool. Okay, I'm going to turn back around then and See if I can see what else kind of treasures we can uncover here. Kind of tricky. I want to peek inside these old buildings here, but I got to go through this way. Interesting. Oh, wow. Got a lot of stuff in here. Little hidden treasure trove. All right, so now here is definitely an old miner's cabin. Got all the remnants here. Stuff all over the place. Old barrels, chunks of metal. Here's the cabin. Take a peek in here. Oh, they're trying to save a lot of the windows. Might have used that for barrel to burn. There's the old their counter. There's even some mason jars and stuff. Oh, look at all the mason jars over there. Pack rats have been enjoying living in here. Yeah, it's been a long time since anybody used this. Okay, moving on. Move on around down here. It's just heavy. I don't know what it was. This is pretty interesting. Not sure what it was. Hope no bears are hibernating in here. I doubt it, but brr, I can just imagine how freezing cold it would have been. Okay, for all you paint peeling lovers, here's an art piece in itself. This is a little tiny shack, but somebody lived in here. There's the where they have their stove. Yeah, pack rats. Okay, enough of that. Okay, now move over to that one. Yeah, nobody's been around here for decades. Except for some cows. Kind of like to take a look at the ground before you get walking around. You gotta look out for nails and all kinds of stuff. Oh, there's another building back in there. This is like a regular community, little mining community, and of course a lot of it's all down. All this metal here on the ground, probably other little old buildings. Ew, that's actually pretty big back there. Okay, well, I'll check that out too. And then we have another one in there. Oh, yeah, here, this is just a shed. Falling down. Oh, probably was a pretty good sized house at one time. There's their stove, kitchen area. Yeah. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. Sure, looks like they even had, looks like it was a gas stove. There's yeah, this building's about to fall over here pretty quick. I gotta go see what that sign says on the building. Here's a piece of rock. It almost feels like, I thought maybe it was soapstone, but it's not. So there we go. Oh, federal mining claim. It's got all the details on it. I'm not gonna record it all because probably they don't want people to know about it. Anyway, it is a federal mining claim. It says located, recorded, and maintained in accordance with blah 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 blah, all that. And the owner of it is out of Townsend, Montana. Well, this is quite the surprise. I really didn't expect to discover this much stuff. It's always fun. This is adventurizing, Montana style. So I want to walk around here some more. Oh, I got to show you some of this stuff that, yes, there's an old bone. More tin and metal. It looks like parts of a car. Yeah, sure enough, front end. Okay, I think we're gonna about wrap this video up. I hope you enjoyed the little adventure of these abandoned mining shacks. I love trying to find them, and well, since I got some extra time in Montana, I might just do some more of that. So if you like these kind of videos, let me know, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to Travels with Lucky. Next time, hopefully he can come along with us. Thanks for watching. See you next time.